Technology is all around us, and whether we like it or not, a lot of things nowadays encompass some sort of tech tool. Recent generations have become accustomed to carrying around things like laptops, cell phones, or even tablets, which I have right in front of me. Companies like Apple and Samsung have adapted to this and have taken advantage of it, but they've also become really big innovators in this industry. What I've found is that generations prior to the big tech generation are having a difficult time transitioning. They're finding themselves left behind, not understanding what the differences are between different types of devices and operating systems that we have today. Since there are so many to choose from, it's important that we talk about these topics and get them familiar with what we have to offer. In particular, the laptop replacement, a tablet, which I have in front of me again, is something that older generations are having to quickly learn about and understand why they're important to the tech world. Today I'll be going through some of the difference between these two types of devices and the operating systems that they have, and hopefully we'll give some insight on what these products have to offer to you, and something that you may have not understood prior will come out and you'll be able to choose an operating system that will be best for you. Let's go through them now. What we have in front of me are the Sony Xperia tablet, which runs off the Android system, and we also have an Apple Air, which runs off of Apple's iOS operating system. First, we're going to go over Sony's. This system is called Android. Android is very common nowadays and is used in so many different types of products that it really is becoming a standard across the industry. One of the biggest things that Android offers is an easy-to-open tablet. You just swipe across the screen and it'll open. You'll notice the layout here has something that is associated with what I like to call advertising. It's Amazon's layout. You can make purchases here and you can see all the different products that Sony has to offer as well, including PlayStation, their camera, their email, and also that Android base system, which is run off of Google, so they use Google Chrome, as well as the Play Store, which is run by Google to make purchases. The biggest thing about the Android tablet is that it's customizable, so you really can move anything throughout. You'll notice that you can just hold down the button and you can really move it to anywhere across the screen. We'll go through the Apple product and I'll show you why this is such a big deal for a lot of people once we compare the two. Like I said, this uses the Google Play Store. So to make any purchases, you're going to use this app. There are millions of apps out there, as you know, through any sort of device. This one in particular is formatted to run off of the Android system. There are several products, as I said before, that run on the Android. There's Samsung phones, Sony tablets, Samsung tablets, LG phones and tablets. There's also the Kindle Fire. That's why Amazon is such a big promoter of products that run off the Android system. A lot of the same features that you get from different sites and different operating systems are also available on the Android side. Let's go through some of the features of the Apple product so that you can see the difference between the two. So right off the bat, you'll notice that when you start it up, there is a slide to unlock feature, but you can't do that anywhere on the screen. It's actually right at the bottom. You'll notice that there's not really any key advertising on the Apple product in comparison to the Sony, which is run off of Android and owned by Google. So a lot of the things that Google is part of and partners in is featured in what the main layout is. So on the Apple side, it's a very clean look. So you'll notice that there are applications throughout. And like I said, the customizable feature of the Android side is a big thing. So you can move it throughout the screen, whereas Apple requires you to stay within a certain layout. So you actually can't move everything throughout. One of the major things about this is that it's not run off of Google, it's run off of Apple's own system. So Safari is what they use as a browser instead of the Google Chrome. They also have the email app, which is run off of anything. The major player on the Apple side is that you don't have to have a certain email in order to utilize it. The only requirements that they use on this side is that you have a credit card or debit card on file in order to make purchases free or ones that do cost money in the Apple App Store, which is right here, and also the iTunes Music Store, which is right here. You can also make purchases in the newsstand. They also have the standard Apple Maps, which you'll be able to use, and on the Android side, they utilize either Google Maps or a carrier's own navigation system. There are still hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of apps available on the Apple App Store. But like I said, major differences that you see are customizability and the look and feel of it, depending on the product that you have. Apple, as I said before, only is used on Apple products, whereas Android is used across the board on many other products, not just specific to brand. So those are some of the difference between the Android and Apple operating systems. So hopefully today this answers some of your questions. And just remember, the ones who are crazy enough to think they can change, those are the ones that usually do. That's a quote from Steve Jobs, who was previously the CEO of Apple. Thank you and have a wonderful rest of your day.